more. Two more.
One sec. What's up?
Should cool down with that breeze.
Yeah, let's hope. Just trying to reposition it. It's as good as it's gonna get now. Let you guys get started.
Here you go. All right. Three, two, one. Now. Three ball. I know you have three. Three. Wow. There you go. All right. Go. There you go. 1, 2.
Apologies for the delay, everybody. We had a bit of an issue with the
phone overheating, but we are underway here at Ridley High School. First round of the Delco League playoffs. Brendan Ricciardi here with you today. Drexel Hill Ducks and the Ridley Black Sox. Chris Salvi in the box here. He's facing Jimmy Boyle. Still getting situated over here, but Chris Salvi's a batter runner on second, 2 outs. Jimmy Boyle, the pitcher here for Ridley. Chris Salvi hits that one in the air to shallow center field. That will be caught over at second base by C.J. Costalis. We'll reconfigure here after the break, but a scoreless top of the first inning here for Jimmy Boyle. There he is. What's going on? Back here for the bottom of the first, Brendan Ricciardi. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll get you the starting lineups here. We'll start with the home team, the Ridley Black Sox. Leading off will be Ryan Cassidy, batting second. The catcher, Shane Durkin. Jeremy Stranix will bat third for the Blue Sox and play shortstop. Jason Hankins, a designated hitter, is your cleanup hitter. Ryan McGee will play first base and bat fifth. Bobby Doherty is out in left field. He'll bat sixth. Owen Click in center field will bat ninth. C.J. Costalis at second base will bat eighth. And Sam Sturman, the third baseman, will bat ninth. Jimmy Boyle on the mound for Ridley will not be in the lineup today for the Black Sox. Liam Young, the pitcher here for the Drexel Hill Ducks. Here in Game 1 was best of 3 series here in the first round. The winner of this series will advance to the semifinals. Still to be determined who they would play. That would either be Wayne or Upper Darby. Ryan Cassidy will lead things off here in the bottom of the first for Ridley, facing Liam Young. Just graduated from Devon Prep is Young. He'll be heading to Bowdoin College in Maine to play some D3 baseball. First pitch to Cassidy in there for a strike. Second pitch from Young, again right there at the knees for a strike. Liam Young standing at 6'8". Whatever velocity he officially is, certainly looks a lot faster due to his size. 0-2 pitch from Young, runs outside. Cassidy hits that one well into right field. It's going to be over the head of the right fielder in there for an extra base hit. Ryan Cassidy flying around second base. He will head to third with a stand-up triple. Quinn Bryant out there in right field. That one just kept on carrying off the bat of Cassidy. That'll bring in Shane Durkin, the catcher. Shane just finished up his high school baseball career at Haverford High School, was the Delco Baseball Now Offensive Player of the Year for the season he had with the Fords. He'll look to drive home the first run of the game here. First pitch to Durkin a bit low. With Durkin, Jeremy Stranix, Jason Hankins due up for the Blue Sox. A very young lineup. Pitch to Durkin. Great changeup there from Young. The top of the first inning, Santino Harwood drew a walk, but that was all that the Drexel Hill Ducks were able to get. Off speed to Durkin, hangs up there, 2-1. Two-one pitch to Durkin, that one runs inside. Other Delco League game of the day, the 3-seed Chester will be hosting number 6 Aston Valley. That one is over at Chester. We will be broadcasting tomorrow night from Sun Valley High School, game 2 of that series, and then either series goes to game 3. I believe that's where we will be on Friday night. Pitch to Durkin. That one's going to be grounded over to shortstop. Nice and easy play, but Ridley strikes first here on an RBI ground out from Shane Durkin. Just 2 batters into the game. Very productive out there for Durkin. Bases now cleared for Jeremy Stranix. He finished his high school baseball career at Ridley back in 2024. Now plays for DeSales. First pitch to Stranix, and off-speed pitch in there for a strike. That one runs a bit outside. We got 2021 Delco League Finals MVP Johnny Gonzalez behind the plate today. He can still go out and give you 6 shutout if you need him to. That one right at the knees to Jeremy Stranix, who's your shortstop today. Stranix looking to stay alive. That one's going to be fouled back. Looks like our setup did not get harmed in the process. I found some zip ties. Let's see if they work. They might have fell off already. Go bungee cords next time. Pitch to Stranix. That one's going to be hit into shallow left field. Ranging back and making the catch over his head is the shortstop, Santino Harwood, for out number 2. Jason Hankins, the cleanup hitter, steps into the box here for Ridley. He's a Chichester alum playing his college baseball at Penn State Brandywine, not too far away. At one point was an Upper Darby Blue Sox, but he changed his socks. He's now over with the Ridley Black Sox. First pitch low and away. Last time we broadcast the game here was Ridley versus Upper Darby. Hankins with a big ground rule double that got Ridley back into the game, which they ended up winning on a walk-off single by the guy who's next up here, Ryan McGee. Off-speed pitch hangs a bit up. .30 count to Jason Hankins, who hit .293 this year with an .800 OPS. Drove in 8 runs, had a double and a triple. Played in 15 games, had 53 plate appearances, so on the team he's about 6th, as that was in their first strike. Beautiful night here at Ridley High School. Game 1 will be tonight at Ridley. Game 2 will be at Bonner tomorrow, and Game 3, if necessary, back here at Ridley. Ball 4, he walked him. Two-out runner on base here for the Black Sox. That'll bring in Ryan McGee, who is going to college as a pitcher, but he has swung the bat incredible for the Black Sox this summer. He's hitting .361 in 46 plate appearances with a 1044 OPS, 3 doubles, 2 triples. He's driven in 6 runs. One of those, of course, being the walk-off back against Upper Darby a couple weeks back. First pitch, McGee runs upstairs. Get you the defensive alignment here for the Black Sox. Of course, on the mound, Liam Young. Behind the plate, Ryan Tecco. From left to right in the outfield, Austin Cannon. In left, Fisher in center, Quinn Bryan in right, as that one's low. From third to first, Jackson Kehoe at third, Santino Harwood at short, Owen Hammond at second, and Pete Bazzone at first. Apologies in advance if the stream cuts off. It's a bit hot, although it's starting to get in the shade for our stream, so hopefully we'll be all right. Pitch to McGee, takes that one in there for a strike. Now, both of these teams are definitely more known for their bats than their arms, so this could be an interesting series, seeing how teams are going to patch it together. Jimmy Boyle starting for Ridley. Feels like anytime we broadcast a game, he happens to be on the mound. Pitch to McGee, that one a good take for another ball. Also expect to see Lucas Rothstein at some point. For Ridley, could see Aiden O'Brien, Aiden Johnson. Ryan McGee as well pitching, I'd imagine. Pitch to McGee, ball 4. That one missed just a bit inside. Looks like Ryan Tecco is going to go out just for a quick visit. Ridley already got one in the inning. After a quick mound visit, we are back here. Bottom of the first, Ridley looking to extend. They've already got one across in the inning on a Shane Durkin RBI groundout. Bobby Doherty, the batter here, Ridley alum, playing his college baseball at Widener. No Lucian Berger tonight. I believe he's coaching the Broomall Newtown 14s in the Mid-Atlantic Regional Tournament up in New Jersey. They can win that tonight, so sure, Lucian wishes he was here, but also has some priorities. Bobby Doherty hitting .262 on the year in 70 plate appearances. He played in 23 of 28 games, so certainly a regular for this team. Pitcher's going to be grounded over to second base. A crazy hop over there, but fielded cleanly and retired. Is out number 3, while Drexel Hill allows the 1 run to score on a Shane Durkin ground out, but they limit the damage as Liam Young gets out of it. We'll head to the top of the second here at Ridley, with Ridley leading 1-0. Back here for the top of the second here at Ridley High School. Brendan Ricciardi, thank you so much for joining us. We'll get you the full lineup here for Drexel Hill as we were dealing with the phone overheating early in the first. Jackson Kehoe, Santino Harwood, Austin Cannon, Chris Salvi all hitting the first. Owen Hammond, Quinn Bryan, Irv Fisher, Ryan Tecco, and Pete Mazzone will follow things up here. Jimmy Boyle out for inning number 2. First pitch to Owen Hammond is going to be grounded over to third base. Fielded cleanly over there at third base for out number 1. We'll get you the name of the third baseman. I believe that was Owen Click. Excuse me, Sam Sturman. Sam Sturman. All these Haverford kids. Owen Click, Sam Sturman, Shane Durkin, Jimmy Boyle, Ryan Cassidy, all Haverford 4s. Ryan was the year before, but all of those guys graduated this year. That'll bring in Quinn Bryan. He played his high school baseball at Bonner along with the majority of this team. First pitch, a slider in there for a strike. He now plays at, I believe, Eckerd in North Carolina. Foul tip back. Of this Drexel Hill lineup, Jackson Kehoe, Austin Cannon, Quinn Bryan, Irv Fisher all played for Bonner. Harry Carr not in the lineup or either not here today. He's also a Bonner guy. Danny Buckton, Michael Coleman, a lot of Bonner guys on this team. 0-2 pitches a bit inside. Bryan, usually a catcher. He's in right field today with Ryan Tecco behind the plate. A couple catchers in this lineup. Pete Mazzone, usually a catcher. He's at first base tonight. Slider from Boyle in there for a called strike 3 right on the inside corner. Not much you can do about that as a right-handed hitter. Quick 2 outs here in the inning for Jimmy Boyle. That'll bring in Irv Fisher, the center fielder, another member of this team, Bonner alum, playing his college baseball at Wingate in Carolina. Fisher squares the bunt, goes back to Boyle. Boyle fills that one cleanly, fires over to first for out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning here for Jimmy Boyle. We'll head to the bottom of the second here at Ridley with the Black Sox, looking to add on to their 1-0 lead. Back here for the bottom of the second will be Owen Click, CJ Costales, and Sam Sturman. First pitch in there for a strike to Owen Click, another member of the two-time Central League champion Haverford Fords. I should say two-time defending champion Haverford Fords. Owen Click, in 29 plate appearances, is hitting .304 this summer. He'll be heading to Ursinus to play his college baseball. That's a change-up, swing and a miss. Click checks his swing. He did not go. Now, this is the first time that the Ridley Black Sox have been in the playoffs for a couple years, but the main thing that has them playing with so much confidence is a lot of these guys have been playing playoff baseball together at the high school level. You got Click, Sturman, Boyle, Cassidy, Durkin. All of these guys have been playing together for a Haverford team that went 31-1 in the Central League for over the last 2 years. Off-speed pitch in there for a called strike as Liam Young paints one on the outside corner. CJ Costales, the longest tenured member of this Black Sox team. He's been there as long as I've been around the league, and I'd imagine a little bit more than that. Played high school baseball at Malvern Prep. Been on this team since, at the very least, 2019 when I joined the league, but I would imagine a little bit before that as well. First pitch is away. Even going back to when Ridley was the Marple Newtown Black Sox, which they were for a long time. Once Marple got their turf field, a little more selective on who plays there, and when one of your coaches has the Ridley field available whenever, as he is the head coach of Ridley, it makes things a little easier in Tom Carey. Costales squares the bunt, pulls it back right down Broadway. Two-one to Costales. That one's chopped over to third base. Jackson Kehoe fields it. Throws over to first two. Pete Pizzone for out number 2. See if we can get a score update for our other game of the day. That's Aston Valley and Chester. Looks like that one is still scoreless early on. 0-0 in the bottom of the second. Paul Miazza pitching for Aston Valley. Billy Ford for Chester. First pitch to Sam Sturman in there for a strike. Sam just graduated from Haverford. He will be heading to Lackawanna, which used to be a JUCO, now a Division II baseball program. They'll be competing in the PSAC along with your Westchesters, your Millersvilles. Sturman swing and a miss. Young's pitch, Sturman will foul back. Pitch to Sturman in the dirt, could take. It'll be Sturman, then back to the top of the order for Ryan Cassidy. That one misses just a bit outside. Good spot there by Liam Young. Good take from Sturman to keep this at bat going. Another good take there by Sturman. Good slider from Young. Drexel Hill, their last championship came when they were the Narberth Mudcats in 2018. That'll be ball 4. Good at bat from Sam Sturman to fight back from 0-2. The Narberth Mudcats won titles in 2016 and 2018. Then back in, I want to say 2022 or 2023, when the Narberth Outsiders came from the Mid-County League to the Delco League. The Mudcats moved over to Bonner with Coach Steve DeBarberi bringing the team over there. Now Chris Salvi running the show here for the Ducks. Throw over from Young, nothing doing. Both of these teams looking to be the first non-Upper Darby or Wayne team to win the championship since that 2018 Narberth Mudcats team. It's been a 2-team league since then, pitching their first strike. Had a couple teams make the championship throughout the time. Aston Valley's made it a couple times. Narberth made it back in 2020. Concord, who no longer exists, made it in 2020. Pitch to Cassidy. Another good swing from Cassidy. It's going to be in between Irv Fisher and Quinn Bryan. Irv Fisher will call him off, make the catch in center field, and it'll be a scoreless bottom of the second here for Liam Young. Way to the top of the third here at Ridley with the Black Sox leading 1-0. Back here for the top of the third, Ryan Tecco will lead off for the Drexel Hill Ducks. When he's not playing here, he's playing for my Drexel Hill Phillies in the MSBL League. So for my sake, I wouldn't mind if they got knocked out early just to get him back. But word is here for good baseball. First pitch from Jimmy Boyle to Tecco's on the outside corner for a strike. Tecco, Marple Newtown alum, played his college baseball at Immaculata as a JV coach for Bonner, which keeps him connected to all these guys here. Just got under that one a little bit into shallow right field. It's going to be playable out there for out number 1 for Boyle. I believe that is Ryan Cassidy out there. There's Owen Click in right field. Cassidy in center. Pete Bazone, the batter. First baseman, Malvern Prep alum, plays his college baseball over at Catholic in D.C. area with a lot of guys from this area. First pitch, fastball runs outside. Another one runs a bit outside. It'll be Bazone, then back to the top of the order. Jackson Kehoe, Santino Harwood, Austin Cannon. Another one ranges outside. .3-0 pitch here. That one's going to be right at the knees for a called strike. That one ranges outside, ball 4. 9-hitter reaches here for Drexel Hill in the top of the third, still with just 1 out for the top of the order. Jackson Kehoe will look to keep things going. His first at bat, he grounded out to second. Kehoe, a Bonner alum, plays his college baseball. The last 2 years, he played at Hartford JUCO, at least last season. I believe the year before that was at a college in Virginia that is escaping me right now. I'll come back to that. Radford. Radford's where he played his first year. So we'll see where he ends up after this year. Throw over to first, nothing doing. Pitch to Kehoe, fouled back. That one's going to be in the dirt. It's going to get past Durkin. Getting to second base is Pete Pizzone. Now, base hit here could potentially tie this game up. Still just one out in the inning. Jimmy Boyle up to 33 pitches. Liam Young 39 through 2 innings. In a 3-game series, it'll be interesting to see how it is managed here. Both teams, again, as mentioned, not pitcher dominant per se. Pitch to Kehoe. That one's going to be on the inside corner. Keogh's going to punch that one foul down the right field line. We got Ridley football training camp going on the field behind us, just a couple weeks away from Friday Night Lights. Keogh's going to chop that one in between Durkin and Boyle. Durkin will field it cleanly, fire over to first. Great play there by Shane Durkin. That was a bit in no man's land. 2 outs here. It's not a very big backstop here at Ridley. It's pretty difficult to get that wild pitch to score a run. But if you get the right jump, any ball in the dirt is possible. Santino Harwood, the batter here. He walked his first time up. Also stole second. That one's going to be way outside. Austin Cannon waits on deck. That one's going to be chopped over to first base. Ryan McGee will field it, flip it to Boyle, who steps on first for out number 3. 3 scoreless innings here for Jimmy Boyle and the Ridley Black Sox. We'll head to the bottom of the third at Ridley with the Black Sox leading 1-0. Back here for the bottom of the third, it'll be 2-3-4 Shane Durkin, Jeremy Stranix, and Jason Hankins for the Black Sox. Durkin drove in the only run of the game so far with an RBI groundout after Ryan Cassidy tripled it back in the bottom of the first. First pitch, Durkin crushes that one to dead center field. Irv Fisher looks like he has a beat on it. It is a long, long way away from home plate is that center field fence, and Irv Fisher tracks that down. And a lot of fields in Delco, that one's not coming back. We did see a home run here from Lower Merion's Nick Draggett earlier in the year. It was a curveball he hit almost near that tree in right center field. Great swing by Durkin. Probably gone at most fields. Might have been gone at Bonner. But either way, out number 1 here for Liam Young as that brings in Jeremy Stranix. He walked his first time up. He grounds that one over to second base. Fielded cleanly and fired over to first by the second baseman Owen Hammond for out number 2. Quick first 2 outs for Liam Young, and he needed it after the first 2 innings. Got his pitch count up a little bit. Jason Hankins, the batter. Excuse me, Stranic's got out his first time. Jason Hankins walked his first time. First pitch here to Hankins. That was in there for a strike. Hankins walked on 4 pitches the first time he stepped to the plate. Curveball. That one's going to be hit in the right center field. Looks like Irv Fisher calling off Quinn Bryan for out number 3, a 1-2-3 inning, a much-needed one here for Liam Young as we head to the top of the 4th here at Ridley with the Black Sox still leading 1-0. Back here for the top of the 4th, it's been a pitcher's duel so far between Ridley's Jimmy Boyle and Drexel Hill's Liam Young. Owen Hammond takes that first pitch in for a strike. It'll be Owen Hammond, Austin Cannon, who grounds that one over to third base. Fires over to first for out number 1. It'll be Austin Cannon, Chris Salvi, Owen Hammond this inning. Chris Salvi, the batter. Also the manager of the team, one of the few player coaches that we have going here. He popped out to second base his first time up. Fastball a bit upstairs. Pitch to Salvi, fouls that one back. Might have just destroyed the portable charger we got going. Pitch to Salvi, slider misses just a bit inside. That one in there for a strike. Salvi, along with Ryan Tecco, assistant coaches for Bonner. It looks like that one missed just a bit in. Boyle didn't think so. From our angle, he might have had a point, but it's been a pretty good zone so far today, so I don't think either side can complain. Pitch to Salvi, that one's in there for a strike. Pretty much went back to the well with the same pitch this time, left no doubt. Another 2 quick outs here for Jimmy Boyle. This will be Owen Hammond stepping to the plate. First pitch from Boyle, that one's going to catch the outside corner. The Owen Hammond, Quinn Bryan, Irv Fisher due up for the Ducks. Hammond's going to chop that one foul. There's a pitch, that one way low and away. One thing you'll notice from the Delco League world compared to the high schools is a lot quieter. Not really much cheering going on in the dugout, at least until somebody does something. You won't hear too much chatter. But once it gets intense, it's usually teams yelling at each other, not to their own team. Seen our fair share of chippiness in the Delco League playoffs. That one's going to be fouled off the top of the backstop. Yeah, our phone setup's taking a beating here. Maybe next time we'll get the big camera out set up in center. Well, tomorrow we'll be in a press box at Sun Valley. That one is another called strike 3 here for Jimmy Boyle. A 1-2-3 inning for Ridley here in the top of the 4th. The Black Sox will look to add on a couple more when we head to the bottom of the 4th. Back here for the bottom of the 4th, it'll be Ryan McGee, Bobby Doherty, and Owen Click for the Ridley Black Sox. 1-0 game on a Shane Durkin RBI groundout back all the way in the first. First pitch runs into Ryan McGee. Ryan Cassidy led this game off with a triple. Led the bottom of the first off with a triple. That is still the only hit for either team so far today. Made the job easy for Shane Durkin. Second pitch to Ryan McGee is a bit low. McGee, a Garnet Valley graduate who will be heading to Holy Family to continue his baseball career. Going to be doing it as a pitcher, but at the way he's been swinging it this year for the Black Sox, I think they should let him see what he can do. That one's going to be a bit low. McGee walked his first time up, and he's now ahead in the count 3-0 here. Starting to get into it, but tomorrow we will be at Sun Valley, which does have a press box, so we should have a very nice view of that game tomorrow. That one's going to be in their first strike. Game 3 would either be back here at Ridley or a Game 3 between Aston Valley and Chester would be at Chester on Friday. So that's our schedule for the week. That game is still 0-0 over at Chester today. Ryan McGee's going to take that one inside for ball 4 as he walks for the second time. Paul Miazza threw 3 shutout innings for Aston Valley. Billy Ford threw 3 2/3 scoreless innings for Chester over there. So some good pitchers' duels to get these playoffs started. Whoever the lowest seed remaining out of the first round is will head to Upper Darby for 5-game semis, and whoever the highest seed remaining is will take on Wayne, who is the 2 seed. Upper Darby, the 2-time defending champions of the league, as Bobby Doherty takes that one inside. As mentioned a little bit earlier, Wayne and Upper Darby are the only teams to have won the league going back to 2018. Wayne won in 19 and 20, Upper Darby in 21, Wayne in 22 and 23, and Upper Darby in 24 and 25. And as the top 2 seeds, it sure looks like that could be a rematch this year, as Doherty's going to take that one a bit up and away. Upper Darby finished about 5 games above everybody else, so they are clearly the favorites right now to complete the three-peat. Wayne a bit less talented on offense in some years past, but they still have a very good pitching staff, as Doherty takes that one a bit low. Tommy Bradley, Gavin Glass, Austin Havertine, Blake Havertine, Luke Zimmerman. They're going to throw a lot of guys at you in a potentially very low-scoring series. Last year's series between Upper Darby and Wayne, a lot of 1-0, 2-1 games, of course, until the final that was 8-6 in favor of Upper Darby. I believe there were a total of 6 runs scored through the first 4 games, as Doherty takes that one right down the chute. Gus Wright's grand slam led Upper Darby to that Game 5 championship last year. Doherty's going to take that one on the inside corner for a strike. Not too big of a lead over there by Ryan McGee. Pitcher Doherty, ball 4, he walked him. Liam Young typically pounds the zone here, but he's been a bit wild today. Chris Salvi, your DH and also manager, is going to go out and talk to him a bit. Not sure who is next in relief. Can't really get a good look inside the Drexel Hill dugout here. Will Gallagher's pitched a lot for the Ducks this year. Danny Buckton's pitched a lot for the Ducks this year. Jackson Keogh, not sure how much he's pitched, but he has pitched in the past. And pitched a little bit in college as well. So we come back from this mound visit here. Owen Click will be the batter with first and second and nobody out. We could potentially see a bunt situation here. CJ Costalis, Sam Sturman due up here for the Black Sox after Click. Click struck out his first time up. Again, still the only hit so far today comes in the form of a Ryan Castee triple. 5 walks, though, for Ridley. Liam Young at 54 pitches. First pitch to Click. He does square. He fouls it backwards off the backstop. A 1 pitch come to Click. We'll see if he once again squares. Jackson Kehoe starting to creep in a little bit at third. Click's going to square but pull it back. Runners will hold. Looks like Drexel Hill trying to still kind of communicate where they're going. Usually, at least in my experience as a first baseman, on first and second, I'm typically charging at first, and the third baseman's holding. We'll see if that's their plan here. Looks like Keogh at third is kind of trying to get Harwood's attention and see what their idea is. With the bunt is squared. It's bunted over. Pete Bizzone's going to get it first. He's going to throw, and he is safe. Oh, did they call him? They called him out. I thought he was safe. I couldn't see the ump from my perspective. Ump was being blocked here, so I couldn't see a reaction. I just went off of the Ridley dugout. From my perspective, I thought he was safe. Either way, the bunt is successful. Gets both runners over for CJ Costalis. And a base hit here can break this one open a bit. The Drexel Hill infield is now playing in completely on the grass, knowing that runs are at a premium here. First pitch to Costalis was way upstairs. Back in the bottom of the second, Costalis grounded out to third base. That's his only at-bat of the day so far. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be punched in the air to shallow right field. That one's going to be, a bit of a collision. Quinn Bryant is going to make the catch, the throw to the plate. He's out. A double play turned by the Drexel Hill defense. Quinn Bryant and Irv Fisher collided a bit in center field, but Bryant made the catch, threw it to Ryan Tecco at home. And they get Ryan McGee at the plate. Looks like everybody's a bit shaken up on that one. Ryan Tecco's a bit slow to get up, limping a bit. But he was still able to make the tag and retire the side. While Ridley had first and second, no outs. Drexel Hill able to get out of the inning without any damage done. And we got a good one brewing here. We'll head to the top of the 5th here at Ridley with the Black Sox still leading 1-0. Back here for the top of the 5th after throwing out Ryan McGee at the plate to end the inning. Quinn Bryan will lead things off here for the Ducks. He's 0 for 1 with the strikeout. It'll be Bryan, Fisher. Now we'll see how Ryan Teko's feeling. He looked like he was a bit shaken up on the slide into home. First pitch to Bryan. He's going to foul that one down the right field line. Looks like Teko's got his helmet and batting gloves on, so it looks like he's going to give it a go. And I believe in the Delco League, there is no re-entry, so if you come out of the game, you are out. I believe they play by Major League rules. Pitch to Bryan. Sounded like he broke his bat there, ranging over to C.J. Castell. He bobbles it a bit, and that will be an error, and Quinn Bryan will reach base here to get the 5th inning started. Castells bobbled it. Looked like he had a chance to pick it up. That bat is definitely broken. Had a chance to pick it up and then kind of bobbled it again. So it'll go down as an error here for the Ridley Black Sox, and Quinn Bryan reaches base. Squaring to bunt is Fisher. He pulls it back. That ball's low. Throw over to first, nothing doing. Fisher, in his first time up, he tried to bunt and was retired by Jimmy Boyle. He tried to bunt for a base hit in that scenario, so it looks like if he's trying to get one now, it's going to be more for a sacrifice. But he's going to swing away. I guess metaphorically that one's in there for a strike. This time, definitely squaring to bunt. Sam Sturman starting to creep in. Throw over to first. They got him. What a pickoff move over there by Jimmy Boyle. Put it on the money to Ryan McGee. And Quinn Bryan retired over at first base for out number 1. That was an absolute bullet from Boyle, and really you couldn't have walked it and dropped it in a better place. Well, back to Fisher here. It's 2-1. Bases now clear with 1 out. That one's in the dirt. Fisher, Ryan Teko, Pete Bozzone, then back to the top. Fisher's going to chop that one down the left field line. That's a fair ball. Just snuck in between the left field line and third base. Fisher, speedy as always, heads into second with an with a double. Now Ryan Teko with the situation where a base hit could tie this game up. He still looks like a bit in pain after that slide into home. Music's starting to play here. It looks like football practice has turned into band practice over here at Ridley. First pitch to Teko low and in. It reminds me of when I was playing Penn State club baseball, and Cornell player on the team for their club team was in the marching band, and on a freezing cold day, it was actually snowing, they brought their marching band to our club game and we were playing in the snow with a band playing. It felt like I was a college football player. Slider just misses a bit outside. We did end up winning 17-0. Cornell was not very good. But it was a very cool environment playing in the snow with the band playing. Fisher's going to take off the throw to third. He is safe. Our Fisher steals an extra 90 feet, and now a deep fly ball from Tecco could potentially tie this ball game up here in the top of the fifth. Infield now playing in here for Ridley. Trying to cut this run home. Pitch to Tecco in the dirt, ball 4. Ryan Tecco will head to first. He will get a courtesy runner here. We'll check on who that is as he's the catcher. Looks like Braden Scanlon will be running here for the Ducks. Yeah, Braden Scanlon will be taking over. Looks like we're going to have a quick mound visit here. Would imagine this is not it for Jimmy Boyles. He really did not have much trouble before this. But we'll have the whole infield and manager Nick DeCombe taking a quick stroll out to check him out. Back here at the top of the fifth, first and third, one out here. Pete Mazzone, the batter. Braden Scanlon, the courtesy runner in. We'll see if he potentially tries to take second. First pitch to Mazzone will be on the upper part of the plate for strike 1. Still one out of the inning. Jackson Kehoe, as the top of the order, will head to the box next. Double play depth now up the middle, but the infield stays in the corners. Slider, that's going to hang a bit up to Mazzone. Delco kid, played for Malvern Prep in high school before heading to Catholic University. Believe he is a Drexel Hill native. Slider, that one's going to be hit in the air to shallow center field, ranging into center field. That one's going to drop for a base hit. And out of the 9 spot, Pete Mazzone reaches base for the second time, drops a base hit into center, and the Ducks now have tied this game up at 1. Bottom of the order coming through here for Drexel Hill. 1-1 ball game here in the top of the fifth. Jackson Kehoe, the batter now. He is 0 for 2 on the day so far. 2 hits on the day so far for the Ducks. If both have came in this inning. Pitch to Kehoe. That slider hangs a bit upstairs. Boyle's pitch count starting to get up a bit. That was pitch number 70. Could potentially see Ryan McGee come in relief from first base. Pitch to Kehoe. That one's on the outside corner for a strike. Pitch to Kehoe. That one's going to get by Durkin. He thought about throwing over to third base to get Scanlon, but decided that the risk did not outweigh the reward. So now second and third here. Jackson Kehoe with an opportunity to put the Ducks ahead. Infield now fully in here for the Black Sox. Pitch to Kehoe. That one's going to be chopped just foul. Thought for a second it might hug the first base line. There's a Kehoe way upstairs. phone setup. You know, it's got that piece of fence there, but you can see what you need to see. So it's a lot. It's a lot of steps to head over and get that one adjusted. We'll save those steps for when it's potentially being obstructed. But Jackson Kehoe, once again, looking to give Drexel Hill the lead here. Braden Scanlon on third base. Pete Bazzone on second. Pitch to Kehoe. That one is going to catch the top of the zone for strike 3. Kehoe not thrilled about that call. I thought it was a bit upstairs, but it might have just ducked down at the last second. Either way, Santino Harwood's going to try and get these 2 runs in. Slider's going to be a bit upstairs. It's been a good zone so far today. So I don't think this is something that should be harped on here. Harwood's going to take that one a bit low. Austin Cannon, then Chris Salvi will be the next 2 hitters up here for the Ducks. Also, when you're a 6'8" umpire, everything probably doesn't look too high. Pitch to Harwood. That's going to catch the inside corner. Two and one here to Harwood. Defense now playing back. Scanlon on third. Bazzone on second. Pitch to Harwood. That slider's going to hang outside. Seems like with the open base here, Boyle's being a little bit careful. That ball's fouled back, and we will be full. Full count here. Not really seeing much action from Ridley in the bullpen. 3-2 pitch to Harwood. Once again, fouled off the top of the backstop. Pitch count starting to creep up for Boyle. Now, this is not high school where you have a set pitch limit, but also with a high school kid heading off to college in the fall, I can't imagine he will throw really much more than that 100, 105 mark. Pitch to Harwood. Ball 4. He walked him. Big at bat here for Austin Cannon. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the top of the 5th. It's been an interesting year for Cannon. He had his tooth knocked out in a game versus Upper Darby earlier this year. Still has not got it replaced, and I forgot that happened until I talked to him before the game, and I was like, oh, yeah, you don't have a tooth there. Austin 0 for 2 on the day. Takes that one for a strike. Played his high school baseball at Bonner. Now plays Division I baseball over at Ryder, which I believe is in New Jersey. 1-1 pitch to Cannon. That one is just a bit inside. Boyle now up to 85 pitches here in the top of the 5th. There could be some bullpen action we're just not seeing from this angle. I'm not seeing anything at the moment. Pitch to Cannon. That one's going to be grounded over past the third baseman, Sam Sturman. 1 run scores. Pete Bazzone rounding third. He will score. 2 more runs in for Drexel Hill, and the Ducks lead it 3-1. Not sure whether that one will go down as a hit or an arrow. It was hit pretty hard. It took a bit of a wicked hop. I think Sam Sturman will tell you he should have at least knocked it down. It was not an easy play by any means. Chris Salvi, the batter here, looking to extend on this lead for the Ducks. First pitch is a bit upstairs. Well, the official Ridley score has given it a single. We'll see if the Drexel Hill has done the same. Drexel Hill also calling it a single. So if both teams are calling a single, we'll also call it a single. That one is a swing from Salvi for strike 2. Salvi was able to foul that one off to stay alive. Now 88 pitches for Boyle. Would have to imagine we'll be seeing somebody up and moving around here for Ridley if it's not in this inning. With the power of Chris Salvi, one swing of the bat could put this game not away for Drexel Hill, but put them in a really good position. Pitch Salvi lines that one right back to Boyle and caught for out number 3, but the damage has been done. A 2-run single by Austin Cannon puts Drexel Hill ahead here, heading to the bottom of the 5th. The Ducks now lead at 3-1 when we return. Back here for the bottom of the 5th, now Drexel Hill leading this game 3-1. It'll be Sam Sturman, then back to the top of the order here for Ridley. Sturman fouls that one off the top of the cage. Liam Young remains on the mound here for the Ducks. He's thrown 4 innings and 60 pitches so far. Only 1 hit and 1 run, but 5 walks. But he's been doing well with the damage control. It's a bit of a hanger. Sturman was a bit early on that one. Sturman able to stay alive as he fouls that one back. Sturman, Ryan Cassidy, Shane Durkin, 3 Haverford-Ford alums to lead off this inning here, 9-1-2. Swing and a miss. Young gets Sturman out on strikes. Ryan Tecco floats it over to first for out number 1. Ryan Cassidy, still the only hit so far for the Black Sox, was the first batter of the game when he hit a triple. First batter of the bottom of the 1st when he hit a triple. Nice pitch there from Liam Young to hit the outside corner. It looked like some type of changeup. Two-seamer had that bit of a horizontal run. Good take there by Ryan Cassidy. Ryan, a Haverford alum, played last year at Thomas Jefferson University. At least was at Thomas Jefferson University. I'm not sure if he stayed for the spring season or not. I'm not sure exactly where he's at for his baseball career, but all we do know is he is right here and just fouled that one back. See Boyle doing some band workouts behind the dugout. Not sure if that could mean that that's not Boyle. Yeah, it is. Oh, no, somebody else getting warmed up. He looked like Boyle from the side. We'll check the roster here. Either way, a swing and a miss for out number 2 as Liam Young gets Ryan Cassidy on strikes. Ridley does not have their numbers on Game Changer, so we'll just leave that up to the imagination. Either way, Shane Durkin looks to keep this inning alive as Liam Young has retired the first 2 hitters that he's faced. Durkin's going to ground that one over to a ranging Santino Harwood. That was going to leak through into center field for a base hit. The second hit of the game here for the Black Sox. And another good swing by Durkin, who flew out way to the warning track in center earlier in this game. We'll have a courtesy runner here for the catcher Durkin. That'll be John Tien coming in. Another Ridley alum here playing his college baseball at Lebanon Valley. Could potentially see him try and take off for second, but while still down 2 runs, not sure if they'd want to give that out away. Doesn't look like too big of a lead over there for Tien. First pitch over there to Jeremy Stranix is fouled back. Bigger lead for Tien, but still nothing doing. Ryan Tecco, good job blocking that one. Still a 0-0 ball game between Chester and Aston Valley, but it is the top of the 6th with 2nd and 3rd. Nobody out for Aston Valley here as they look to get on the board for the first time. Also around Delco, Newtown Edgemont Little League will play in the Section 8 championship tonight. They'll have to beat Council Rock Newtown twice to advance to states. Jeremy Stranix crushes that one down the left field line. It's tailing, and it is a fair ball. John Tien rounding third. He will head to the plate. There will be no throw, and a big swing by Jeremy Stranix. It's a 3-2 game here with the tying run now on second here for the Black Sox. From our angle, it's a bit tough to see if it stayed fair or foul. I was going off of the base runner's reaction. Back-to-back hits here for the Black Sox. Just their 2nd and 3rd of the game makes it 3-2. Still with 2 outs in the inning. Jason Hankins now with the opportunity to tie this game up. Got good speed with Stranix on second. Hankins is going to take that one. Ryan Tecco able to keep that one in front of him. A lot of big swings so far this year for Jason Hankins. We'll see if he can add another. Pitch, that one's going to be fouled back. Maybe if we're lucky, a foul ball will knock our camera back into perfect place. It does look like it's starting to kind of drift further and further away. Hey, as long as it's not covering the pitcher and the batter, we can survive. One-on-one here to Jason Hankins. Taking off for third base is Jeremy Stranix, and he'll get there easily. Believe it was a ball on the pitch. Two and one pitch coming to Jason Hankins. 2 open bases. Ryan McGee waiting on deck for the Black Sox. Pitch to Hankins. That one's going to be smacked into center field. Right at Irv Fisher. Not much you can do about that for Jason Hankins. He smoked that baseball. Right at Irv Fisher for out number 3. He was placed perfectly. We got a really good game coming here. We'll head to the top of the 6th here at Ridley with Drexel Hill hanging on to a 3-2 lead. Back here for the top of the 6th here at Ridley High School. First pitch to Owen Hammond is a bit upstairs. It is still Jimmy Boyle on the mound for the time being. He's at 91 pitches so far. Owen Hammond, Quinn Bryan, Irv Fisher. As Hammond smokes that one into left field. Ranging back is Bobby Doherty. He has a beat under at 4, out number 1. Again, if you've never been to Ridley High School, it's a very, very big baseball field. There's really no short part of it either. You got to really earn it if you're going to put one out of here. Quinn Bryan steps into the box, 0 for 2 with a strikeout so far today. He did have a huge throw out from right field to get Ryan McGee at the plate earlier in the game. Slider ranges outside. We did see some stretching with the bands for a Ridley pitcher earlier, but it's still Boyle's game for the time being. Another good barrel there by Quinn Bryan. That one's going to be to Bobby Doherty. Again in left field for out number 2. Swings are starting to get better as the game has gone on here for the Drexel Hill hitters, which is definitely different from what we saw from Boyle at the high school level, where it felt like the deeper in the game that he got, the better. Oh, we might have our video stream compromised here. Perhaps it knocked out the portable charger, so we'll go audio only. We'll get that fixed in a sec. First pitch to Irv Fisher in their first strike. Double check that. I would guess that there's probably something with the portable charger getting knocked out. Well, it's chopped foul. Take a look at that after the half inning ends. Scoreboard still works, though. Irv Fisher grounds that one in the hole for a base hit. Well, we might get a pitching change here, so that probably feels like a good time to go check on this. Like this? There's not much left to move. Sounds good. Pitch to Tego. It's going to be caught by McWilliams. Tego shaken up coming off the field here. Ryan McWilliams, the new pitcher here for the Black Sox, gets the third and final out of the inning. Drexel Hill still leads this one 3-2 going to the bottom of the sixth, looking to try and take the lead when we return. Looks like we have a change behind the plate. Looks like Ryan Tecco is injured, so Quinn Bryan will come in from right field to catch. We'll try and figure out who that is now, taking over in right field when we can. Of course, for my 25 and up league, hopefully Ryan Tecco is ready by Saturday. But more importantly, just hope he's feeling better as soon as possible. They have not made the... Well, it looks like Chris Graziani is in the lineup for Tecco. They haven't updated the defense-wise, but I would imagine that is him out in right field. Liam Young still remains in this game for the Ducks. He's only thrown 76 pitches so far. Okay, so we got it settled. Owen Hammond has moved from second to right. Quinn Bryant has moved from right to catcher. Chris Graziani off the bench to second. It'll be Ryan McGee, Bobby Doherty, and Owen Click, barring any changes here. First pitch is going to be fouled back by McGee. McGee has been walked both times he has reached base today. Two of the 5 walks on the day for Liam Young. That was going to be grounded over to first base. And it's going to be kicked here by Pete Bazzone. Is he going to get back? He is safe. That one looked like it might have hit the edge of the base, and Bazzone was not able to recover over there. That one was a bit awkward. He was trying to kind of keep it from hitting the base. And it looked like he could have got back to the base. It was about 50-50. But definitely some weird spin on that one. Either way, the leadoff runner on here for Ridley. Squaring a bunt and pulling it back is Bobby Doherty. Now, of course, you want to get this runner over, but Bobby Doherty has the speed to make this a potential bunt for a base hit as well. Doherty once again squares, once again takes a ball. Doherty now has gotten himself into a better count. We'll see if he decides to swing away or if the bunt is the plan regardless. Jackson Kehoe creeping in at third. Pete Bazzone holding on McGee at first. Square to bunt once again, ball 3. Dugout starting to get some energy here for the Black Sox. Keep wanting to say the forwards with all the Haverford players on this team. Doherty does not square, and that one's in there for a strike. Doherty now in a 3-1 count. Jackson Kehoe still creeping in at third, but he's going to square to bunt, and he's going to miss. That one looks like a very, I guess you'd say, buntable pitch. But he just fanned on that one. Now he's got to protect it 3-2 and find a way to, at the very least, get this runner over to second. Pitch here to Doherty. That one's going to be punched into left field. That's a base hit. First and second, nobody out here for Ridley.
Survive another inning and a half, possibly.
Well, first and second, nobody out here. Tom Carey on deck, looking like he's going to pinch hit at some point here. Owen Click, the batter. He's going to square to bunt as well. That was going to be in the dirt. Good job by Quinn Bryant to keep that one in front. Click 0 for 2 with the strikeouts so far. Looks like we see Sam Sturman and CJ Costales both in the on-deck circle as well as Tom Carey. So I guess it would take a certain situation for Carey, the head coach of Ridley High School, I should say. That one's bunted by Owen Click. Jackson Kehoe is going to bobble it. He's going to fire it to third, and he is called out at first base. Owen Click, at the very least, got the bunt down. Looked like a bang-bang play over there at first. Tom Carey's going to be pinch hitting here for CJ Costales. In our last game of the week, Tom Carey pinch hit and had a huge hit to help Ridley walk off Upper Darby, and he's got second and third here. Base hit here with the speed of Bobby Doherty could put the Black Sox ahead. Pitch to Tom Carey is fouled back. Shout out to that foul ball, making the camera angle a little bit better. That's our guy right there. Tom Carey, the head coach of Ridley High School, so this is his home field. With Nick Tacombe back and healthy this year, Nick is back as the manager, and Carey's going to ground that one over to second base. Graziani will throw to the plate, and he is out. Chris Graziani, fresh off the bench, fires. Second time Ryan McGee is caught at the plate. Good swing by Tom Carey, but Chris Graziani did everything perfect. Quinn Bryan got the tag down. And a huge defensive play here for Drexel Hill. Looks like John Tien is going to pinch run here for Tom Carey. Now Sam Sturman with the opportunity here to tie this game up. Bobby Doherty 90 feet away. We'll see if John Tien potentially takes off here. I could see that with 2 outs trying to get a base hit to take the lead. No one warming up for Ridley. Would have to imagine Ryan McWilliams will come out for the 7th, whether they are winning or losing. Pitch here to Sturman. That one's going to be in the dirt. It's going to get away, allow John Tien to easily jog into second base. Stage is set here for Sam Sturman. 2 runs came in on a ground ball that got by Sturman a couple innings ago. Drexel Hill scored all 3 of their runs in the top of the 5th. Pitch to Sturman. That one's going to be just a bit outside. I'm hearing some action down in the Drexel Hill bullpen here. Liam Young now up to 90 pitches. 2-0 pitch to Sturman. That's going to be grounded over to shortstop. Santino Harwood's got it. Fires over to Bazzone. Picks it in the dirt for out number 3. A little redemption there for Pete Bazzone. And a huge out by Liam Young. And that'll send us to the 7th inning here at Ridley with the Drexel Hill Ducks leading the Ridley Black Sox by a score of 3-2. We'll see if Liam Young comes out for the 7th. But either way, Drexel Hill will look to add a little bit of insurance in the top of the 7th when we return. Back here for the top of the 7th, Drexel Hill looking to add a couple of insurance runs here as they lead Ridley by a 3-2 score. 3-2 score. It'll be Pete Bazzone, then back to the top of the order. First pitch to Bazzone in there for a strike. That'll be Bazzone, Jackson Kehoe, Santino Harwood, and Austin Cannon, barring any substitutions. That was chopped back off the dugout here. Bit of a splitter, it looked like there from McWilliams. Good day overall for Jimmy Boyle on the mound for Ridley. 5 2/3, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, and 5 Ks. Gave him a chance to win. Ryan McWilliams got the final out of the last inning. Boyle ended with 98 pitches. Pitch from McWilliams, that one's going to be chopped foul. Liam Young here at 91 pitches. Not sure if he will have the 7th inning. Just 4 hits allowed on the day for Young. 5 walks, 2 earned runs, 3 Ks. Beautiful pitch there by McWilliams. Looked like his splitter for a strikeout to get out number 1. McWilliams, an alum of Radnor, was on their district championship team back in 2025. Plays his college baseball for Kenyon College in Ohio, Division III. Jackson Keogh steps to the plate here. 0 for 3 with a strikeout on the day so far. Squares the bunt. He's going to bunt that one. McWilliams going to pick it, throw it to first in the dirt. Picked by Ryan McGee for out number 2. Good pick on both sides there by McWilliams and McGee for out number 2. Santino Harwood, the last hope here in the top of the 7th for Drexel Hill with a 3-2 lead. Has 2 walks on the day and is 0 for 1 officially. That one's going to be fouled off the glove of Durkin. See if we can get a quick score update from the other game in the Delco League playoffs today. Aston Valley leads Chester 2-1. That pitch in the dirt to Harwood. That is in the top of the 7th right now. Kenyon Motley with a base hit in the top of the 7th. Oh, it was a 1-0 Chester lead going into the top of the 7th. And a 2-run single by Kenyon Motley has just put the Knights ahead. That one's fouled back. Huge swing there by Motley's. Aston Valley looks to potentially steal game 1 on the road. Paul Miazza, 6 innings with just 1 earned run. He's thrown 51 pitches through 6 innings. That's it. So safe to say he'll be coming out for the 7th. That one is in the dirt. Only run for Chester in that game, a homer by John Queasy. And a called strike 3, a 1-2-3 inning for Ryan McWilliams here to keep Ridley trailing by just 1. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. The Black Sox trailing 3-2. They'll need 1 to tie it and 2 to win game 1 when we return. Back here for the bottom of the 7th, Ridley needs 1 to tie it and 2 to take the lead. Top of the order here is Ryan Cassidy. First pitch outside. Cassidy was the first batter of the game for Ridley in the bottom of the 1st. He hit a triple, and he scored on a ground out from Shane Durkin. I'm sure Ridley would not mind that situation once again. Cassidy's going to take that one in there for a strike. It'll be Cassidy, Shane Durkin, Jeremy Stranix, and Jason Hankins, barring any pinch hits. Quick time called by Ryan Cassidy. Great pitch there by Liam Young. He did not go checking on the swing. Looked like a good change up there from Young. Ridley dugout now all on their feet, starting to get a little bit of energy here. Pitch to Cassidy. That's going to be grounded over to first, and it's going to get right by Pete Bazzone. Cassidy is going to take a big turn, but he's going to stay at first. And we got some leadoff speed on first base here for the Black Sox. It seems like Ridley has been willing to get the bunt down, but the way that Shane Durkin's been swinging the bat, both today and just all season long, it feels pretty unlikely that we're going to see a bunt here, especially with two righties coming up next. Here's the pitch to Durkin. That one's going to be way upstairs. It's going to get away. Cassidy's going to head to second. The ball goes off the gate. The throw to second. He is out. No, they caught him safe. He does not have the ball. The ball got away. He fooled all of us there. If the ball had been held, what a bullet by Quinn Bryan there. But Santino Harwood unable to hang on to the ball as he went for the tag. Ryan Cassidy now leading off second base. Pitch to Durkin. That's one smacked into center field. Ranging back is Irv Fisher. He makes the catch. Ryan Cassidy will head to third. The throw, a great throw there by Irv Fisher. The fact that he made that even interesting was an unbelievable throw. But either way, Ryan Cassidy now just 90 feet away. Shane Durkin's had 3 really good swings on the ball today. Looks like they're going to appeal to second base. And they say he's safe. Did not think that he left early, but worth a shot. If there's any chance he might have left early, you got to give it a go. Well, the tying run's 90 feet away for Ridley here in the form of Ryan Cassidy. Jeremy Stranix will look to try and drive him in. The infield now playing in here for Drexel Hill. First pitch, Stranix is going to foul that one back. Every game so far we've done here since we revived the Delco League YouTube channel has been great. We had a walk-off by Ridley in game 1. We had a 2-2 game between Aston and Wayne. We had a 3-1 game between Upper Darby and Wayne. And now Ridley 90 feet away from tying this game up. Jeremy Stranix takes that one way up and in. As mentioned earlier, not a really good backstop to get home on a wild pitch compared to some other fields in the area. Very shallow behind the catcher and not too wide either. A deep fly ball will tie this game up for Ridley. Stranix takes that one in the dirt. Make it 2-1. Following Jeremy Stranix will be Jason Hankins and Ryan McGee, who, as mentioned, walked our first broadcast off of the year over Upper Darby and could potentially see himself in another situation like that. Pitch to Stranix. Looks like that one might have missed a bit outside. Drexel Hill dugout's not thrilled. Hitters count here for Jeremy Stranix. Here's a pitch. That one's going to tie this game at the very least. Ranging back and making the catch out there is Owen Hammond. The throw to the plate will not be in time, and this game is tied. Great situational baseball here by Ridley to tie this game up at 3-3 in the bottom of the 7th. Ryan Cassidy made his way around the bases on a wild pitch. Made his way to third on a sac fly, and another sac fly by Jeremy Stranix has tied this game up. And Jason Hankins now steps into the box with the fresh, clean bases and 2 outs here. First pitch, that one's going to be outside corner for a strike. Liam Young has thrown 102 pitches, so you have to think that if Drexel Hill gets out of this inning here, he will not pitch the 8th. Here's the pitch to Hankins. That one is low and in. Brand new ball game here in the bottom of the 7th. It'll be Jason Hankins followed by Ryan McGee and Bobby Doherty if Ridley's able to keep this inning going. This game started a bit earlier due to the playoff format starting at 5:45, so games would not run out of darkness. And Jason Hankins slaps that one to the right center field gap. That one's going to go to Irv Fisher in center field. It'll be past Chris Graziani at second. It'll be a base hit for Jason Hankins. Off the bat, it looked like it could be a double with the speed of Irv Fisher, and what we've seen from the arm of Irv Fisher did not seem like a smart decision to go to second. Ryan McGee, the batter here, he's walked twice. He's 0 for 1 officially. It'll be Liam Young's game, at least for now. First pitch is up and away. Bobby Doherty, Owen Click. The next 2 hitters due up. We'll see if Jason Hankins potentially decides to try and take second. McGee's going to foul that one back off the top of the cage. Looks like he got a little shaken up there. There's certainly enough daylight to play at least one more inning, probably two. I mean, we've seen games start. Looks like we're going to get a pinch runner here. Number 38 here for the Black Sox. Not sure. I believe that might be Jackson Berger. Throw over to first. It's fine. It is Jackson Berger as the pinch runner on first base here. Ryan McGee's going to foul that one back. McGee still seems a little bit shaken up over a swing that he took. Swing and a miss. And Liam Young with the throw to first gets Ryan McGee swinging. Well, we got free baseball here at Ridley. Ridley ties this game up in the bottom of the seventh on a sac fly by Jeremy Stranix. We'll head to the top of the eighth here at Ridley. And we'll see what happens when we return. Back here for the top of the eighth. Welcome to extra innings in game one of the not the PCL wildcard round. Enough Bonner guys, you start to think it. The Delco League wildcard round. Austin Cannon fouls the first pitch back. His two-run single gave Drexel Hill the lead earlier in the game. Of course, we're now tied in the top of the eighth. Austin Cannon, Chris Salvi, Owen Hammond due up here for the Ducks. That one hangs way up there for Ryan McWilliams. If we are not able to finish tonight, due to what they have usually done, I would expect Game 1 to be would be resumed at Bonner tomorrow, and then Game 2 beginning right after the conclusion. It's a lazy fly ball into center field for Bobby Doherty to make the catch for out number 1. I believe there is a certain cutoff to which they would not start a game by a certain time, should it get there, but Chris Salvi step into the boxes, hoping to have something to say about that. Salvi 0 for 3 with a strikeout so far. It's really been the bottom of the order that's had the offense so far for Drexel Hill. Irv Fisher 2 for 3. Pete Mazzone 1 for 2 with an RBI from the bottom of the order. Salvi fouls that one off the top of the cage. Salvi, an O'Hara alum, played some independent professional baseball. Now a assistant coach at Bonner, if you can tell by the Bonner striped pants like Ryan Tecco has on. If you didn't play for Bonner, you might as well get the uniform somehow. Salvi takes that one outside. O'Hara recently named a new head coach, Lenny Montano, after the retirement of Rob Benedict. Also pitching there for a strike. I believe the only coaching change that I'm aware of in the Delaware County high school baseball world after this season. Pitch to Salvi. That one's in the dirt. When Ryan Tecco's spot comes up later in the inning, it'll be Chris Graziani as he entered the game for Tecco after his injury. Salvi crushes that one into deep left center field. Bobby Doherty ranging back to the track and makes the catch in front of the fence. Once again, a very, very big park out here. Great swing over there by Chris Salvi. Just anywhere else on the field, that's probably a double, but puts it right to Bobby Doherty out there. See, that's Ryan Cassidy in center. Bobby Doherty over in left. Owen Hammond, the batter, he is 0 for 3 with a strikeout today. Tried to check his swing. He did go for strike one. Oh, and one pitch is smacked down the left field line. That is a base hit. Owen Hammond will round first, speeding his way into second. Looks like he will hold there with a stand-up double, and all of a sudden Drexel Hill has a threat here in the top of the eighth. Well, Quinn Bryan, the batter here, looking to give the Ducks the lead. Quinn 0 for 3 with a strikeout, but has played some great defense here for the Ducks, both in right field and behind the plate. Bryan's going to pop that one up. From our angle, it looks like it might stay in play. Sam Sturman will make the catch at third base for out number 3, and Ridley will have a chance to walk this thing off in the bottom of the 8th when we return. We'll see if Liam Young is going back. It looks like Danny Buckton is going to be taking over on the mound here for Drexel Hill. We'll tell you a little bit more about him when we return. Back here for the bottom of the 8th, Ridley will look to walk this thing off. It'll be Bobby Doherty leading things off here for the Black Sox. We'll get you the full lineup here as Danny Buckton taking over the mound in 16.1 innings. He has a 2.57 ERA for the Ducks. First pitch is a bit low. It'll be Bobby Doherty, Owen Click, and then the spot was originally C.J. Costales. Tom Carey pinch hit, and John Tian went in for him, so it'll be Tian batting in that spot, it looks like. Pitch misses just a bit low from Buckton. Buckton just finished up his high school career at Bonner, and he will be heading to DeSales. He'll be joining Jeremy Stranix, who tied the game with his sac fly for Ridley. 2-0 pitch for Buckton. That two-seamer is going to be in there for a strike. Similar to Ryan McWilliams, Buckton isn't always going to blow something by you, but all of his pitches dance a little bit. He throws a good two-seamer into lefties' hands. We saw him a lot during the high school baseball season. 2-1 pitch to Doherty, ranges outside, and Doherty's not the guy you want on base if you're Drexel Hill. Really good speed. Can make something happen on the bases. Pitch to Doherty, he's going to foul that off of himself. Full count here to Bobby Doherty. That one's going to be punched into right field for a base hit. Doherty will round first, and he will stay there with a leadoff single. Owen Click, the batter here. He is 0 for 3 with a strikeout today. It's going to be tough for Bobby Doherty to get a good jump with the lefty on the mound. First pitch here to Click in there for a called strike. Two righties following here in John Tian and Sam Sturman. Another off-speed pitch in there for a strike as Danny Buckton drops that one in. Not too big of a lead over there for Bobby Doherty. Buckton steps off. Pitch here to Click. That one drops a little bit low and away. Pitch to Click. That one's fouled back. We're now at the point where every single player in the roster here, or the lineup here for Ridley, either went to Ridley High School or Haverford, outside of Jason Hankins and Ryan McGee. Still a very, very young team. One-two pitch from Buckton and a called strike three. Perfectly placed pitch by Danny Buckton to get out number one. Can't place a baseball much better than that. Back-to-back righties coming in here for Ridley. It's 7:51 Eastern Standard Time. I believe they could get one more inning after this. Anything after that might be pushing it a bit. Bobby Doherty again leads off first. First pitch in there for a called strike to John Tian. I think if we're going to see Bobby Doherty take a chance and steal, it's probably going to be with 2 outs. That one's going to run low and away. Good job by Quinn Bryan to keep in front of him. Bryan came into the game from right field to behind the plate. Just got word Paul Miazza finished off that game in under 70 pitches for Aston Valley. Thank you, Dylan Everly, for that tidbit. And Bobby Doherty's going to try and take off the throw over to first base, fire to second, and Doherty is out. Danny Buckton timed it perfectly, threw over as Bobby Doherty took off. And a very, very quiet Ridley side of the field now as Doherty heads back to the dugout. We got 2 outs here. 1-1 count still on John Tian. Great job by Pete Mazzone, who's had some issues over at first with some tough plays, but he makes a perfect throw over to Santino Harwood. John Tian takes that one up and away. Tian's another guy that if he gets on base, he's got some good speed. Came in earlier as a courtesy runner, then again as a pinch runner. Tian's going to take that one inside. It looks like it did not hit him. He's hearing it a bit from his dugout for not letting it hit him. But as speaking from personal experience, ankle and calves are not 2 places that you want to get hit by a pitch. Especially now that you are in a good count. Pitch to Tian. That was going to be fouled back. Full count coming up here for John Tian. Ridley Lum just finished up his freshman season at Lebanon Valley, along with Black Sox teammate Lucian Berger, who was mentioned earlier, not here tonight. I believe he is coaching for the Broomall Newtown 14s team. Pitch to Tian. That one's in the dirt. Ball 4. Some speed on the bases again here, and a ball in the gap by Sam Sturman could walk this game off here for Ridley. It's a final score 3-1 for Aston Valley. I'll put the hand up here. I picked Chester in 2 games, so that prediction is already wrong. We'll see who ends up winning that series. We'll see you tomorrow night at Aston Valley at Sun Valley High School as Aston Valley looks to try and win that series. But for now, Sam Sturman, big swing and a miss at the first pitch, looking to try and walk this off. If Sam Sturman were to get out here, I believe we could get 1 more inning of baseball. And the problem is if you get a long top of an inning, you have to be able to finish that inning. But for a playoff game, it looks like they're going to probably try and push it. Pitch to Sturman right down Broadway for strike 2. Not sure if we'll see Tian try and challenge Danny Buckton with the pickoff after Bobby Doherty did the same. And he's going to. Sam Sturman's going to foul that one off, but Tian takes off. Someone who's not exactly what they call a base stealer. The cat and mouse game between the pitcher and the base runner is always something that's been intriguing to me because I never think about it. I just take my step and a half and only go if there's a dirt ball. Maybe I'll go first and third every once in a while. Another big lead over there by Tian. Swing and a miss. Danny Buckton picks up a big strikeout here, and we'll head to the 9th inning here at Ridley. This game still remains tied at 3-3 when we return. There's some conversation going on right now between Nick Tacombe, the Ridley coach, and Johnny Gonzalez, the umpire. It certainly feels like they're going to... Hold on, wait. We should have an announcement soon. I think they might call it. Nope, we're good to go. Thank you. We were told this will be the last inning no matter what. Irv Fisher will lead things off here for the top of the 9th. Hopefully we will have a resumption because no matter what, we will be broadcasting Aston Valley and Chester Game 2 tomorrow. First pitch here, Ryan McWilliams still into Irv Fisher's an off-speed in there for a strike. Now, should this game end in a tie, it will be resumed. Most likely, the way they've done in the past, it will be resumed at Bonner tomorrow, and then Game 2 will start directly after. Irv Fisher fouls that one back. Irv Fisher already has 2 hits on the day so far and might be the fastest player on the field. Some other players might have some debates, but for my money, the fastest player on the field. The pitch, that one's in the dirt. Of the 5 hits for Drexel Hill today, Irv's got 2 of them. He's also scored a run. Due up next will be the first at bat for Chris Graziani. He came in for Ryan Tecco and Pete Bizzone. Irv Fisher's going to slap that one over to first. Ryan McGee will field it cleanly and step on first base for out number 1. Chris Graziani, the batter here. One of the many, many Bonner alums on this team. He plays his college baseball at Elizabethtown. Hit .224 this season. He played in 24 of 28 games, so certainly a regular for this team. First pitch, that hit him. Maybe not the way Chris Graziani wanted to get on base, but you wait 8 innings for an at-bat and you get drilled. But in extra innings of a playoff game, it's certainly a lot easier to stomach than it is during a regular season game. Pete Bizzone, the batter, followed by Jackson Kehoe, Santino Harwood, and Austin Cannon. That pitch is going to be just a bit outside. Good call there by Gonzalez behind the plate. Looked like it just missed at the last second. A lot of Ryan McWilliams pitches, you'll see a lot of late movement. Pete Bizzone 1 for 2 with a walk. Also drove in a run earlier. And Chris Graziani's got himself into a bit of a pickle. Ryan McWilliams runs right at him. Ryan McGee will take it. He's going to pump fake, and he's going to tag Chris Graziani for out number 2. It looked like Graziani tried to get a very, very early steal there and force McWilliams to either balk or try and throw a pitch earlier than he expected, but McWilliams snuck that one out. That one's going to be a bit upstairs. That ball's going to be smacked just foul down the right field line by Bizzone. Two on here, still a hitter's count here for Pete Bizzone. Starting to get a little dark here, but still looks to be playable. That slider is going to miss a bit in. Once again, tomorrow night, regardless of the result of this game, you can tune in to the Delco League YouTube channel to see Game 2 of Aston Valley versus Chester. Aston Valley won Game 1 on the road. As Bizzone hits that one in the air. Looks like Sam Sturman's got that one over third base for out number 3. Ridley will once again look to walk this thing off in the bottom of the 9th. Drexel Hill got a runner on base, and Chris Graziani was picked off by Ryan McWilliams. And Ridley will get the chance once again to walk this thing off when we return. Bottom of the ninth here at Ridley High School will be the top of the order here for Ridley. Ryan Cassidy, Shane Durkin, and Jeremy Stranix. Jeremy Stranix tied this game up with a sac fly way back in the bottom of the seventh. Danny Buckton back out for his second inning of work. First pitch to Ryan Cassidy in there for a called strike. It'll be two straight lefties trying to face Danny Buckton. We were told, regardless, by home plate umpire Johnny Gonzalez, that this is the last inning today. Another strike by Danny Buckton, who will pound the zone. If you're just tuning in, Ridley scored after Ryan Cassidy tripled and Shane Durkin had an RBI groundout back in the first. Austin Cannon drove in 2 runs in a 3-run inning for Drexel Hill in the 5th. Ryan Cassidy gets under that one a bit into shallow center field. Irv Fisher has a beat on that one for out number 1. Trailing 3-2 in the bottom of the 7th. Ryan Cassidy again made his way to third for a Jeremy Stranix sac fly to tie this game up. Shane Durkin will be the batter here. Officially only 1 for 4, but he's had some great swings so far today. He had a base hit earlier. He had 2 barrels right at the center fielder. He also grounded out to score a run for Ridley. Tough lefty-lefty matchup here for Shane. Slider in there for a strike. Shane will be looking to walk on to the St. Joe's University D1 team the last time we heard. And after the season he had at Haverford this year, it's hard not to think he's got a good chance at that. Another good swing by Durkin. That one's going to be in left center field. But Irv Fisher, the speed of Irv Fisher out there in center field, was able to track that one down for out number 2. Jeremy Stranix, the last hope to end this game tonight. Again, even though it might be pretty quick inning on both sides, we were told this would be the last inning no matter what. And the fact that there was debate before the previous inning makes me think that they're going to hold true to that. Jeremy Stranix takes that one up and away. Stranix 1 for 3. He's driven in 2 runs. He's got a double that scored a run, also a sac fly. He's going to take that one in the dirt. We will confirm after the game, if it ends here, what the situation would be. But we are assuming that this game would be finished. That one's inside. This game would be finished tomorrow at Bonner, and then Game 2 would start directly after if they were able to finish that game quickly. And then Game 3, if necessary, will be back here at Ridley on Friday. But we'll keep an eye on all that. Pitch to Stranix in there for a strike. Should Stranix reach base here, Jason Hankins will be the batter, and he's got the pop. Actually, no, it will not be. It'll be Jackson Berger as he pinch ran for Hankins earlier in the game. Pitch to Stranix. That one's going to be chopped over to Santino Harwood at shortstop. He collides with Jackson Kehoe. Looks like a little bit of a miscommunication on whose baseball that was. Looked to me like that was Harwood's ball at shortstop, but Kehoe kind of ranging to his left. They collided, and all of a sudden the game-winning run over at first base in the form of Jeremy Stranix. It'll be Jackson Berger, the batter here, just graduated from Marple Newtown High School. Will be heading to Holy Family to start his college baseball career. First pitch is up and away, and some new life here for Ridley that keeps this game going. Pretty big lead for Stranix over there at first. We'll see if he is going to take off. Nothing there. Jackson Berger fouls that one back. His current and future teammate Ryan McGee, who will also be heading to Holy Family, waits on deck. As mentioned earlier, he was our last walk-off hero, so potential to do it again here should Berger get on. That one's going to be outside. Quinn Bryan keeps that one in front. Starting to get a little darker. 8:07 here at Ridley High School, bottom of the ninth. Been a great back-and-forth battle here in Game 1. Should be a great best-of-3 series. That one's way upstairs. Looks like Quinn Bryan's going to go have a word with Danny Buckton. The 3-1 pitch coming here to Jackson Berger after that quick mound visit from Quinn Bryan. Up and away, ball 4. Ridley looking to capitalize on the error here. Ryan McGee, the walk-off hero for our first broadcast of the year when they took on Upper Darby a couple weeks back. We'll look to do it again. A tough lefty-lefty matchup here. Ryan McGee 0 for 2, but has 2 walks today. First pitch to McGee is slapped into the hole. That's a base hit. Rounding third and heading to the plate is Stranix. The throw to the plate. He is safe. The ball gets away. Ryan McGee walks it off, and Ridley takes game 1 here of the first round of the playoffs. Ridley had 2 outs and nobody on, but after an error, a Jeremy Stranix single, an error and a Jackson Berger walk, Ryan McGee walks this thing off, and Ridley takes game 1 of the first round of the Delco League playoffs. Game 2 will take place tomorrow at Bonner as Ridley looks to win the series and Drexel Hill looks to force a Game 3. What a game here. Ryan McGee, your walk-off hero, as he slaps a base hit into left field to win Game 1. Well, thank you everyone so much for tuning in to a great first game of the Delco League playoffs. Tune in tomorrow night for Game 2 of Aston Valley and Chester. And if there's a Game 3 in either of those series on Friday night, we'll be back on the call. What a game here. On behalf of Brendan Ricciardi, on behalf of the Delco League, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will